Welcome guys to my channel, which is Random Knowledge Baba. Today we'll be discussing the story about Satyanarayan Nuwal and his inspiring story from sleeping on the railway platform at Nagpur with barely 200 rupees to worth $3.5 billion. Okay, let's get back to the story. Mr. Satyanarayan Nuwal was born in a town in Rajasthan. He dropped out of his studies after 10th standard. His father was a small government employee. His grandfather used to run a small grocery store. At the age of 18, he starts off with the ink business, which was in vogue at that point in time because everything used to be written in ink. Okay, they didn't have eye pencils. Sad for them. Mr. Satyanarayan starts selling ink in his town in Rajasthan. Bhilwara, that is Bhilwara. He starts selling ink, doesn't really get the success he wants. At the age of 19, he's married. Bal Vivah. No, it's not Bal Vivah. I'm just joking. Then he tries to get into chemical trading. That also doesn't work out. After a span of 3-4 years, he's confused. What should I do? Then he gets to know one of his relatives is working at Western Coal Fields in a town near Nagpur. So he takes his car, which he had purchased for 3,000-4,000 rupees, with his wife, lands there at his relative's place. Things aren't as easy as he thought would be. He tries to do many things. Things don't really work out. He shifts from that small town to Nagpur, where he's forced to sleep on the streets and at the railway station most of the time. Manages to eat meals only twice or thrice a week for a month or two. Then he comes across one Mr. Abdul Sattar, an old man. He has licenses for supplying explosives to Coal India. Interesting, right? He isn't interested, being an old man, wishing to retire and just sit at home and watch Netflix. Oh, no, we didn't have Netflix at that point in time. Okay, just watch probably dramas at that point in time. So he calls Mr. Satyanarayan Nuwal. Mr. Nuwal agrees with him on a condition that he'll pay him 1,000 rupees to use his license and go down. The journey begins from there. He starts trading and he quickly realizes that it's the license Raj. So there's a high barrier to entry. And he starts trading in it. And India at that point in time didn't have sufficient amount of explosives to mine coal or whatever at that point in time. Then in 1995, things start changing. Mr. Satyanarayan Nuwal receives a license to manufacture 6,000 tons of explosives. Now that's enough to blow off probably the whole of Nagpur at that point in time. But he chose to just manufacture and sell it to Coal India. Now comes the interesting part. In 1996, he gets a loan of 60 lakh rupees. That's a huge amount back then to manufacture and set up this plant. That is when solar industries is born. Not that solar which you and I are thinking about, which Mr. Satyanarayan Nuwal founded at that point in time. Just randomly solar. पसंद आ गया, रख लिया नाम सही. From 1995, They started supplying the Indian Army, Coal India, and they even started exporting. In 2006, they did their IPO, and there's been no looking back for them. Today, Mr. Satyanarayan, his company stake is worth 14,700 crore rupees. Today, solar industries exports to over 65 nations. They have manufacturing units in Africa, in Turkey, and are present in over 29 cities, the manufacturing unit. They also plan to open in Australia. They are going to supply Mr. Adani for his coal fields. Oh, coming back to this, they might. He's planning to open a manufacturing plant in Thailand and Australia as well. And today, they manufacture grenades, rocket launchers, then anti-drone, drones for the Indian Army. They have also set up a company which is the second company after ISRO to manufacture satellite launch vehicles. Currently, the best part about solar industries is that they have manufactured and they are manufacturing the Pinaka system, which is a missile launch system. The same way US has HIMARS, no, only Pinaka. Let's focus on Pinaka. So they have increased the range from 35 to 45 kilometers for the short range and from 75 to 90 kilometers. That's a lot. Their range is much bigger than your Tinder range. Solar industries, man. So that's how they've been able to grow. Then they are also manufacturing the Akash surface to medium launch systems, or whatever it is called. Akash surface to air medium range launch system is called. They are also manufacturing an alternative to the BrahMos missile, which costs 1/4 or 1/5 of the cost of BrahMos. BrahMos, each missile, costs the Indian government 40 CR. They are manufacturing the same for 8 CR. Do you see the difference which solar industries is making to this country? And as a segment, they are one of the pioneers in the defense sector. They are doing extremely well. Last year they clocked a profit of around 440 crore. And to mention one thing about Satyanarayan Nuwal, he is one of the richest 72-year-old in this country. They have done a fantastic job. Although I don't like their packaging. It looks like sausages, man. Check this image. Nah, we'll tell that. Solar industries has gone from just supplying explosive material to Coal India to being one of the largest ammunition and explosive supplier in this country. It's a very long feat. Well, that's all for today. Please do like, share and subscribe this video. Thank you very much.